Hi everyone. So this is my first video and probably my last video, but I got reminded of this game pretty recently and, well, I loved it as a kid, but I saw this post on Reddit and it was like, scary secret Kiki's Rock Band. I'll put the post in the video if I remember, but it was like, if you type a certain name at the beginning, the game gets all freaky and bugged out. I thought it was silly, and the post was deleted by mods not too long after, probably for trying to spread misinformation. But curiosity got the better of me, and I wanted to fact check it, so I need to stop talking and get on with it. Okay, I'm just gonna do a normal run first, to, I don't know, show how the game is meant to work. Also, I kind of miss playing it. Anyway, there is some weird stuff about this game. Mostly about... oh, right, I forgot. But anyway, mostly about whoever made it. Nobody knows who created Kiki's Rock Band. I've tried looking it up before, but can't get any results. Other than that, it's normal. People are just into making scary stories about old games lately. Oh, here's the guitar. I always found this detailed picture kinda weird. Her sister isn't even a character in the game. Anyway, this room is cute. Sorry, I don't have much to say. Are cookies really a snack? Whatever. Oh yeah, you unlock a character every time you go anywhere. I had this friend who would only play the mini games on here. I mean, they are pretty fun. I was sucked at Spot the Difference, even though it was easy. My favorite was the dress-up game. I loved making outfits. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. You get the idea. Oh, Yumi was my favorite character. It doesn't take too long. I'll do it really quick. I don't think it matters who you practice with. You could probably only practice with Kiki and still perform well. Alright, that's pretty much how the game goes. Let me reset and see if it works. Okay, the name...